Hey, what's up, my travelers? Today I'm making this little video, and I know a few videos are about that on the internet, but I'm gonna approach it from like my own spiritual practitioner way, you know. And that subject, my friends and travelers and people of the internet, is actually esotericism and like spiritual symbolism in brand names and logos, and you know how it's kind of used by certain people to push their own agenda. And I know that like some people won't actually like me posting these kind of videos. You know, I've posted a video before about using like Kabbalistic magic in a way to like kind of fuck up the system, and I was monetized back then, like my videos were monetized, and somebody just went on there and clicked on the same ad, and I got banned for like clicking on my own ads. So if that's you, don't you have better things to do, man? Aren't you, I don't know, are you like a rich person? It's like, no, the secret must not get out. Like, don't you have like babies to eat or something? Like, go do your own thing, you know. I'm gonna be giving you a few. Did I say what I was gonna talk about? Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna be giving you a few examples of how it's used today, and show you a few logos, and then I'm gonna try to build up on it and see like how could we actually use this for ourselves. You know, I'm gonna give you some examples. You know, before I just go into the logos, I'd like to say also that a lot of the time, I feel they like to desecrate. Is that the right pronunciation? I don't know. But they like to put like bad images to things of like the divine feminine. You know, like there's this terrorist group, ISIS. ISIS to me is like this goddess of fertility. You know, she's like this goddess of sensuality, fertility, magic. You know, it represents the sacred feminine. And now they're giving this name to like this terrorist organization, you know. So that's just one example that just came to mind. But let's just go into the example, shall we? Okay, so one thing you're gonna notice is that there's a lot of sun symbolism in their thing, and I think that has to do with the fact that they like to use masculine energy. You know, masculine energy is really glorified nowadays. So there's a lot of this worship of the sun and without really taking into account the moon. I mean, you just have to think of like the Bible and sinning. Sin used to be the name of a Babylonian or like Sumerian god, you know, of the moon and of magic and things like that. I'm probably like not describing it like and doing it justice like it should be, you know, but just the fact that they're using this word sin and putting such like bad things associated with it kind of shows to what extent they're going. So here we have the wind sun disk symbolism. Frankly, like you can make your own researches as to what it means. It's a kind of, people are still like arguing as to what it really means, but I think it speaks of like enlightenment, you know, and it kind of was a symbol of Horus and the king. And there's also a lot of Horus symbolism nowadays. So let's just see what kind of brands use this symbolism. So here we got mini, and I forgot to mention, but a lot of the sun symbolism deals with like circles with another circle or dot in the middle, which is the glyph for the sun in the astrology. Here we got the motor Harley Davidson cycles. Yeah, talking about the cycles in the sky. I don't know, but you know, it's always reminiscing of like a certain freedom, a certain need to identify with masculinity. You know, they're like expensive cars use this symbolism. A Bentley here. Here we got the Christ reborn. You know, perhaps like the wing solar disc represents ascension or something like that. You got Honda, which is a bit more subtle. You got the Mazda here in the middle of a circle, and you got the wings. So again with that stuff. And coming up is one that I actually kind of really like, because I don't know, it speaks of the modern day pharaoh. And that's Obama's fucking thingy campaign. So you can see that like a lot of different people use this, and like they're pretty successful businesses, right? Are they successful because of this? Probably not, but it's still a part of their craft. Okay, so here's another series of logos. Now these logos are gonna deal more with actual crosses in the middle of like solar discs and stuff. Alfa Romeo, Subaru. The next one I actually really like. Well, I think they're a good source of inspiration, you know. That's a lion or Leo representing the sun astrologically with its paw over a sun in the middle of a sun. Like, can you get any more sunny than this? Okay, next. So you got a cross here again. Speaking of like the astrological and astronomical journey of the sun through the sky, here you got Saturn, you know, it's a planet with the ring around it, but it's also a cross at the same time. Again with the fucking cross. And I mean, as I was saying, it's a good inspiration if you want to make your own logo and make your own thing. Like, I think the sun would appreciate actual good people using its symbology. A golden cross, again, gold is linked to the sun alchemically and astrologically. Next ones deal with a red shield, and it's in the middle of a circle too, so it deals with sun worship too. And there's a cross actually in the Sea of Cadillac, but the red shield is a bit linked to Rothschild, you know, or Ra's child. Ra being a sun god also. These ones are kind of like, I don't know. I thought this one was funny, the cross in the middle, you know, again, a window into the sun. And perhaps you didn't know, but the actual Nazi symbol speaks of like the journey of the sun in the sky. So you can see that a lot of different entities have actually used this sun symbology. And just a few more here. Mitsubishi with a pyramid. Another one with a pyramid. Fucking pyramids of hierarchy and royalty and supposedly enlightenment. A star in the middle of an inverted pentagram. Ram of Mars in the middle of a pentagram. The actual logo of Mars, like, this isn't very subtle. Kia, which is linked to Ki and the life force, and there's also a kind of pyramid in it. The numerological value of V is 6, so that's 666, and 666 is actually a sun symbol. So I mean, these were kind of like the most obvious ones that I wanted to show you guys. There's so many of them, especially like car brands. I don't know if there's one car brand that doesn't use esoteric symbology or symbolism in its actual logo and brand, you know. Another one that kind of surprised me was Nike, you know, like the clothing store, the clothing brand and sports, I guess, line or whatever. Well, it's actually based on that goddess, Nike, goddess of speed, strength, and victory. Yeah. So you can kind of see like where they got that from. Another thing I would tell you guys is look in your pharmacy. Like a lot of like things of medicine are actually linked to like the solar and moon worship. Of course, you got the Cadius, I think is called, like the rod with the two snakes and the wings or whatever. But even like, you know, these probiotics which I use, it's a brand, Renew Life, and yet they even use the sun symbol. You know, it gives you life. It'll make you shine. Well, I should put that in the fridge. Yeah, my fridge is just beside my computer, guys. This brand, Leo Desilet. So that's a bit more subliminal, but it's a Canadian brand, so they're less up in your face. And it even, you know, like its little symbol is sigil magic. It's an L and it forms a D at the same time, but you can see the moon in there in green. Even this water, which is from PepsiCo, I think. I had to buy some bottled water. I don't like doing that, but I had to do it. It was too hot. You see the 666 or whatever. There's no fluoride in that. It's their high-grade water. Isn't it funny that in the high-grade water they sell, there's no fluoride, but in the low-grade they add some fluoride? Why would you add something and it's cheaper than when you don't add anything? Perhaps you want to keep the poor people stupid. So yeah, I was kind of looking for like more feminine. I mean, there's also the clothing store Isis. And you know what kind of pisses me off is that these brands like Nike and ISIS, like they actually like promote slave labor, you know? They have like people doing like these clothes and like fucked up workshops, and then they take on the brand takes on the name of a goddess. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, man? It's like two total opposites. So I mean, if you're doing your own brand and you take the name of a goddess or something like that, and you actually are kind of the vibration of it all the way, I think it'll vibe with you even more than them trying to use this imagery as like a subliminal or whatever. Like, fuck you guys doing that. What else? Yeah, I was like, oh, I need more moon things. It's like, Diana, probably like women that want to feel more feminine. They'll have like some skin products. So I kind of Googled, actually I'll do it right now. I Googled Diana skin product. And like I ended up on a few, and I know there's one where it's like Diana written a bit like that. You know, the D is a moon with a slash to make a D. So that's a bit subliminal too. What else? I mean, I looked into Mercury also, but Mercury is kind of harder to look into because Mercury is, it's a common word kind of. So I looked into Hermes, another version of Mercury, and I saw like some programming languages, some intelligence services like the CIA kind of deal, but like other names like named Hermes whatever, or like even like a postage service called Hermes. So you know, they're taking on this vibration. Saturn is a bit everywhere. That's more of the cube. I had trouble finding Jupiter. Perhaps there's another name for like zoo. I don't know. Perhaps things with like a lightning strike or something like that are more of Jupiter. But I feel like Jupiter isn't used as much. You know. La. I don't know why I'm doing that. Yeah, I mean, so that's kind of what it is. I mean, I feel if you want to use it in your craft, the sun kind of like makes it so attention is brought to the brand. It kind of gives a certain vitality also. It kind of boosts the ego maybe in a certain way. It speaks of things solar. The moon is more something sensitive and feminine and refined. Things of Venus, more of like victory or the pleasures of the physical plane, you know, beauty. And I was kind of looking for symbology in breast enlargement pills. I thought like maybe that was gonna be Venus, but what I found is that a lot of these brands actually have, you know, in their logos, there's actually like a drawing of a sperm on it, you know, like a little with a head. I was like, oh, that's funny. So the way they're selling this to women is actually subliminally telling them like, oh, you're gonna get like a father, you're gonna get men to jizz for you. I thought that was funny. I mean, things of Mars makes you feel purposeful, powerful, want to charge like a Dodge Ram, you know, or Volvo that we saw earlier. I looked for some Mars symbolism in iron pills, but all I found was like some subliminals. Like in the iron supplement, there was one carrot with 2 tomatoes. It totally looked like a dick. I was like, yeah, that's Mars for you. That's subliminal. But I mean, the examples are many, and I think if you do it with truth and love, and you're actually really of the vibration of the energy you're trying to put in your brand, it's gonna work way better for you than it's working for them. So that's kind of what I had to say. I hope that was interesting to you. It kind of got draining to me to like read all these, like, that's a cross, that's a cross within a circle, oh, that's a Nazi symbol, yeah, they used the sun too, like, fuck that. But I hope it interested you. In the name of Nike and Venus, if you liked it, do whatever. I would like a comment also if you're more of the mercurial vibe. You know, that's so my Saturn can get more established in this YouTube thing. Anyways, I'll leave you before I ramble too much. Have a good one, guys.